Alright, I streaming, so I have no clue who's gonna come in. Why am I streaming so early? Because tonight I'm gonna be on the Japanese PSO2, so it's gonna be reversed. And I still want to upload my... Oh fuck, what I do with the music. I want to upload my thing that I said, so I'll be streaming right now. But I don't know what to do. Like, PSO2, it's like... Global PSO2 in particular, it's like... I know what I could do, but at the same time, it's like, I don't have a drive for it most of the time. What is it? Shit, I need to blow my nose. I also think I'm kind of sick, I don't know. Hey there, Try, how you doing? So yeah, totally not on ship 4. I am on ship 4. What I might end up doing is using this. Actually, I just realized I should be using this Nox one. Fuck. I'll put that away in storage. I need to buy the dual saber one, which should be... what is it? Dynus? Oh yeah, I can use these ones. So I'll use these temporarily. I have Emperor Embrace, so to use them to my advantage. So I don't need to worry about most of the beginner stuff until I get better weapons. Alright. I would want to troll you with the Slayer and Ripper abilities, but problem is, Global does not have all of them. Which sucks. This is from Valentine's 2. Mark Griff. What is that? Love. Nope, don't care. There's a couple things I have to do on Global, but it's not on these two guys. It's gonna most likely be on my Ship 1 and Ship 2. 009 says, hello, says Booba Ash from Ship 3. Ah, I see. Hey there. Right now I'm playing on Ship 4 though. Tomorrow will be Ship 3, and then next week it's gonna be up in the air and what I do exactly. You'll see some PSO2, but it's not gonna be as many. But how you two doing? I don't think I need all of these. 2 might be able to push this. Where's mine? Nox. Emperor. Yep, that did it. So gonna do that. Then it's gonna say you want to do this thing. Element stance, increase damage to weak points. Yeah, I'll take the ladder. What the f? Don't tell me. Oh damn it! I need a weaponoid booster. Well shit, I don't want to take this one. That sucks. What's worse, I didn't get the right element, and what's worse, I don't even have element stance. I guess I just upgraded so I have something to just smack around with. But fuck me. Also, if anyone wants to chat, I am in the Discord as well. This sucks. This sucks. Everything sucks. Emperor. I'll take all of these. Thank you. Upgrade that. Then I gotta how to get more of these. Oh, I have a lot more than I thought. Augment guidance. How expensive is that? Get these 3. Oh wow, I don't even have a lot of them. No, don't want that one. Give me this. Emperor Embrace. 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 What is this? Photoner Fleet, oh no! Could also manually feed this. So Photoner Fleet, I could do it, but at the same time, I might need to do it at the higher difficulty, but this character is not up there yet. Not only that, they're still upgrading a couple little things down here. I might want to do it, huh? I will most likely do it. I just need to also check another thing too. I need to get the right collection file, so I am working on that. I think I'm close to getting that. Actually, if I'm close to getting that, I shouldn't be upgrading. Let's see. Right now, I am shit. So, I should go do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna do it. Might as well level. Actually, why am I going over here? I think there's some boosters I can get from Taito. Take 100 with me. 250 would be nice. Get rid of these 2. 250, I can get one from the Taito counter, then like a 75% boost. Don't know if people will be running at the certain difficulty that I'm doing yet. Let us see. Might as well use this 100. Try boost, nope. Bird drop, yes, give me that. Might as well do this. And let's see if I can find a party. Or NBA. Oh, huh, lucky. Alright, I'll pop all these. Or a good chunk of them. I'll put this over here. Might as well do this too. Honestly, should have got for a higher drink. I hate that. Alright. Yes. Wait, did I even put skills in this damn thing? Well, fuck. I'll learn about that later. Oh shit, fuck me. Ow, ow, lasers hurt. I feel like I forgot to put points in my skill tree. Which is shit. Which is bad. I feel like I forgot to put points in the skill tree. Huh. Oh wait, I'm not coming near you guys. Nope. Different story, I ain't dealing with that. Shit, and I went near you. I might have to go and leave the camp ship and see if I need to fix something. What is this? That ship comes crashing down and then we go and get on it. What's up, Morphin Chat? How's it going, guys? I'm doing alright. I will be playing on the Japanese PSO2 tonight instead, so I'm streaming now for Ship 4. Trying to level up a bit. Big thing is I want to complete this collection file so I can actually get a 15-star weapon, even though it's cross. It's better than nothing. Give me some leverage so I can actually do some damage and do alright. In terms of my units, I think it's shit. Yeah, it's shit. It's subcards. Could actually try to get the Novel set for this character, maybe. Depends on how many badges I have. No, I did put some skill points. had to farm the LQ all over again. You mean for global? When the time comes? Yeah. Or you mean in Japan? We could work on that if you want. When I get on over there. Also need some help in. There is a fire swirl at... It's at 9 PM Eastern time for fire swirl. So I'll be active for that. Right now in the Japanese PSO2 should be, what's the recommended quest, feature quest? Okay, yeah. Because it's a part 2. It reset because it was a part 2, so... we can work on that too. I mean, the fire sword should be able to give you a good chunk of badges. Ow, that hurts. Ow. I'm gonna die. I just died. I am so shit. I need to go check my skill tree. I want to see what the hell I put my stats into. Stay there. At least I get a level up from this. I wonder how... Ow. I'm very squishy. Ow. I should be using that a bit often too. Oh gosh. Alright, 10 star good, 10 star good, 10 star good. Unit pieces. What do you have? Frog. That's the only one that's alright. 10 star, not a 10 star. So, what is my percent for doing this quest in terms of collection files? Oh, one more, then I can actually get it. I think it's one more. Yeah, one more and I'm good. But before I even do another one, let me check my skill tree because it's shit. Wait, what do you mean? As soon as I said it. 14, so I don't have these two, that's a minus, I think. Okay, yeah, this stuff I may want to increase. Especially the all attack. Most of that is cleared up. I might want to get the tech one. Using different photon arc succession incurs a combo decreased PP cost. Yeah, might as well unlock a bit of this. Now, what do I want to try to max out first? So I don't have a 12 will because that's the 85 perk. Could do that because I tend to do that a lot. Other than that, could put this away. In terms of weapons, could exchange those. And we'll go back into it. Maybe I can find another group. Fuck. Should also equip my my dark blast. And the other things too, since I'm at it. Put that moon over. On this side. Oh, someone joined my party. Oh, someone else is streaming too. What a Twitch peeps. No, why are you starting it up? I am not looking forward to this. I am not. This is very questionable. At least some. I don't know how I feel about this. Fuck, we're just going in. Could I wait for like 3 others, maybe? Okay, apparently I can kill them. Takes me a while. Great. Now I got an obligation to kind of just stay here. Save yourself. God damn it. Maybe. Right now we're low leveled from the looks of it. It's gonna take us a while. I could ditch, but I'm in a party too, so yeah. I think I'll leave this party once all is done. Hey there, Abby. One of them had a 13 star from the looks of it, so we can do alright. Sort of. Ish. Ow, that hurts. Wait, that person has a 13 star? It looks like a 13 star. Oh fuck, hi there. Alright, yeah, playing with one hand kind of sucks right now. Steady shot. Isn't yeah, steady shot is that one other thing. The other thing is with Ranger, they hopefully they have a weak bullet for later, cause that one I'm a bit worried about. Against Barag. Oh, this person is able to help us though. Oh yeah, they're playing Luster. For sure they'll be able to help us. So that can I survive? We shall see. I'm gonna go take care of those AIS. Oh wait, no, hold up. Oh god, yeah. No, ow, no. No, don't do it. Don't do it. I was doing stuff. Guess I'll pop this. Wait, that's up in the air. Can't aim downwards now, haha. Couldn't find you yesterday, Morph. You couldn't? What was I doing yesterday on Ship 3? I was doing a couple tier missions and some people found me. Oh, tier missions and then the recommended quests. I streamed a bit late too, but I did stream on Ship 3. Tomorrow I am going to Ship 3, but yep. Man, Pudding, your voice, what the fuck? At least I'm getting a bit of badges too. Ah yes, let me get that instead. I think I'll be able to work with that a lot better than, like, whatever else I have. Can I equip them? Yes, I can. Thank the... Hey, yeah, let me just equip this instead. 13 stars! Are they all in this ship? No, they are not. I'm waiting for the other person. Where is the... Where are they? They're not up on the ship yet. Where's the other person? I'm giving them a benefit of the doubt, but they're just... I'm waiting for them. I guess I had to address them. Oh, there we go. Now I don't need to ask that question. There, fine. Nani? Who started this up? I'm working on stuff. Ray. Don't need them. Wait, why are we starting this again with just 5 people? I mean, I got upgrade, but still. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I know what's gonna happen. Those stupid ships. I'm not gonna fight against those things. Oh no, they're shooting at me. No, ow. That's range damage too. Ouch, that fucking hurts. Oh yeah, that damage looks a lot nice. Oh my eyes, that is glorious. 10Ks. Oh no, the ships again. No. Okay, they didn't aim at me. Wait. This is my man. I just got back on PS2. I feel weak. That means you gotta get stuff. Gotta improve then. Ow. That hurts. That damage looks nice. I am not blinded by my own shitty shit. Which is like 5k or something. Unless it's a normal. What am I gonna do with that Nox now? I could just feed it into something else. Then again, just having a 13 star just feels a bit overpowered. Yeah, it's gonna take me ages to level up. So tomorrow, wait, what is today actually for global? Could be Menacing Castle today actually. Might as well do a bit of that if it is. Nope. Ow. Could technically use Dark Blast and have that just overpower everything. Granted that it's... did I even put stuff in that? No, I don't think so. Cool. Yeah. Alright, Zaryu. I'm gonna just destroy these instead. Why slap a weak bullet on that? Destroy these. That's not dead yet. Ow. Dead. Man, I'm still sleepy despite having... Wait, how long did I sleep? I don't remember. What the fuck did I pick up? I didn't want that. So what is everyone up to while I'm doing this little thing here? Apparently that gives so much points. Oh yeah, I also got this thing, huh? This does have an S123 slot, that has an S123 slot. Wait for this person. Is everyone just leaving? Oh, shit, alright. Wait. Ooh. I wonder, can I get into some other party? That was super late. Actually, do I really want to do this? Oh, well shit, I got myself stuck into something else. What is it? AIS or are we fighting Dominius? Dominius? Dominius! Yes, I am sleeping. Oh, you are? Oh gosh, the dialogue. Why is there a space? Why is there a pause? Just say it in one go. Just say make it back in one piece. Don't need to make a dramatic pause. Hey Dominius, I haven't seen your ugly butt in ages. Duck and weave, duck and weave, duck and weave. Half sleep, half dead. Oh. Ow. Ow. I'm surprised you're not mad yet. There we go. Now today AIS, and I know how to pilot this thing a lot better than my dumb self. Alright, both of you in the same spot. Oh god, ouch, 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 ouch. The excuse me, no fun. Yep. No fun allowed. 80 plus TPD runs, no drops of anything, so I gotta farm the rest of my Exago modules now. Hopefully you get to stage 31, 35. That's how you can get them. Damn you. It's not that bad. It's been a while since I even fought you properly. Ow, fuck. The moment I said fought you properly, you lasered me. Nope, nope. Fuck. How can I time that? It's like that. Ow. That hurts. Alright. I forgot how to fight against this guy completely, or how to defend against him. He fires a bunch of lasers, he does that sort of motion. Then there's also like several other things as well. Like that thing. And I did not time that right. How much of a delay second do I have? Alright, it's like that. It's like that. It's like that. It's like that. That's a big AoE blast from the looks of it. From what it's telegraphing. Ouch, shouldn't be in this. Ow, fuck you. I just toss swords at you while I'm trying to read your patterns again. Hey, look, I broke something. Yay, man, he's gonna make that wall of doom shit. Yep, here we go. Uh-oh. Not good. Other side, either side, other side. I actually evaded that. Alright, good to know. Three, two, one. Yep. 3, 2, 1. I don't know what was being. Ow. I'm moving around a lot. Give me your thing. Fine, I'll take this thing instead. Fine, laser this way? Where are you firing? Apparently I was short. Did I evade that? I can't tell. I think I did. Or counter. There we go. How is that gonna be? 3, 2, 1? Oh fuck, timing wrong. Ow, that hurts. No, don't you dare shoot a laser when I'm drinking. I should just stay in place and see if I can actually do something against that. What piece will we need? We still need to break. We need to break that thing. Where's my slashes? Is that most of it? Something still... Wait, where the hell is it? Ah, here we go. Alright, you know what? Give me my giant sword. Hello, Sil, how you doing? Why is everyone calling down? God damn it. Yeah. Okay, that's a very creepy pose that I did. Wait, what time is it right now? Okay, it's 4. I was like, is it already 5? Jeez. No, I picked up a junk weapon. I don't know what that is. Hey, look, there's a sword I can feed. Oh yeah, you are hungry. Feed you, then do this, and then... feed you. The mag is still low. Hey there, CY. Wait, what? Oh, I never actually deleted that. Alright. Alright, so I got a couple 13 stars now. The only problem is I actually need better units on this character. Could try to get nobles. Maybe just talk to you. Can't get that. Trying to get that. Could get another wand up here. Then I guess I could just get something else like... I don't know, get one of these. Alright, junk, not junk, junk. That one could be useful. Keep you for now. So get rid of all those, get rid of this. 10 stars I could get rid of. Actually, thinking about it, I should just pick up some of these weapons regardless, because I don't know if they're gonna have Dominius. Dominius and Angie are still valuable. What, 6 slot? Could keep that. Really want an 8 slot though, more than that. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Silver key is not using as much. How many medals do you have? This character has 130. Wait, unique weapon badges. That's a problem. That's not the one that I need. Shit. Alright, so was halfway through that one. Complete 20 client orders. That one's a stupid one that I dislike. Could also do my daily missions. Get that out of the way. Alright, well, how much is the noble stuff? So go to bad memory stuff. Unique badges, they do this thing, and they have that SF factor down here with the... No, it's factor receptor with the... Factor receptor with the thingamabob. What is it? The cell receptor, you're right. Big one I was looking for was this thing, and then go into 5. Yeah, how's all the novels? I bet these pieces down here are expensive. Where are they? The unit is 100. So, what I could do is pull these things. Oh, well, fuck. That doesn't help me. Well, it only helps me get one of them. I still need to do things to get more of them. Granted that I didn't collect a bunch of stuff from my... From here. Ah, wait. I did collect a good chunk of them. Well, fuck me. This one is 40, but it's only this. My other characters picked up some other things too. Struggles. Alright, so I could get at least 2 unit pieces. Maybe. It's not as expensive because over there in Japan I think it's like 300 compared to the 100. But anyways, it is menacing casters, so let's see if I could find a party I can just join in. Or MPA. I'm gonna have to wait. I got that much. I think it'll last. Could put that away. Could put this away too. Actually, give me that one just in case if I had to go be brain dead easy. Which I might do. Give me this. I'm gonna just do like lazy 12 stuff. Now, in terms of this thing, what can I get to do with you? Yes, get that in there. Move this. Yes, the struggles. Because not like the ship 3 and ship 4 characters are the ones that don't have the best gear. I think currently right now my ship 3 character has the shittiest gear. And then this character doesn't even like this character has decent weapons now, but it doesn't have decent units. Not only that, the mag's not fit up. This one that I'm actually taking a while to level up. Actually, better yet, what is your main missions? Okay, I did pick up... Did I pick up the feeding devices? I think I did, but if I did, then why is this mag not as high? Where do I have to check? I had to go over here, gotta go check here, gotta go check here. Make them an atlas. Well, that takes a bit. And in all honesty, I'd rather not. Rather give him an Ayer. Because the thing is, there's no point in backtracking now, especially since an Ayer has the same sort of... It's not exactly the same like an Atlas, but it's just higher in terms of stats and other things. Especially with the pot. Atlas would be good to kind of invest in, but that depends on what characters get to try to do some solo content. And the big thing about the Atlas potential is that it's like a safeguard, lifeguard. I'll sit on that one, but I don't think I'll purposely go for it. If I can get it as a natural drop, so be it. Not only that, with the limited quest as well, there's a chance that there might be Renzas, which is pretty much Fluxio version 2. And then there's also a chance for the stills to drop, which is like, oh, yeah. I guess I'll just play the waiting game then, because it is a couple days before that limited quest comes out. And also, if they put the urgent quest as well, they're doing Arcs Hours too, so they might reveal that emergency quest as well, the urgent quest. If they put that out, then there's more chances of getting more other different 15 stars. And then also the camo that comes along with it. But the other problem is, like, even though I get these 15 stars, I need to get the SSAs. That's not cheap. Like, there are some basic abilities that I could work with temporarily, but the big ones are just gonna be up there. And especially with Boost Week coming around too, prices are just gonna go high. Or it might go low, depends on what they exactly do in terms of, like, finalizing some things. I really want them to change the fucking tier missions, because it's annoying. Why are people dying on this? Nice, Derek. What the? What difficulty I'm running this on? Super hard. Cause global. Wait, what? Not everyone, but like with it randoms, there's a chance that it might. Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, it must be new event in seasonal lobby. Seems good. You guys don't have White Day though, so I don't know if it's the same one over there. I mean, over here in the global side. Don't know what theme you're getting exactly. If it's the one with the light blue hearts thing, then it's kind of a reference to White Day, but once again, global doesn't really celebrate that compared to that of Japan. Someone lagging? Yeah, I like private runs, I don't think they have problems, but it's always like the random ones where it's like, yeah, stuff happens. No goddamn, I fit right in. Been playing this game for 8 years and I'm still trash. Yeah. I mean, it's like you. Well, it depends on how active you are too, but like, Res. Oh, someone's dead. Ow. But. Yeah. What was it? Yeah, you like the thing is, it just depends on how active you are and what you are doing exactly. Like, I can at least do a good chunk of classes well, but I'm not a master of them. I'm kind of like a jack of all trades. Now, if you're asking the how part to like certain things that happened in this run, I am not responsible for anything and anything. I'm just here to try to level up. And there's a bunch of junk here. I'm not. Ah, wait, hold up. I'ma be picking up these 10 stars because I am dirt poor. And 12 stars. I am a scrub at the moment. Do not mind me. Rio says, I switched to Luster and the curve's been kind of steep. Oh, hey, look, a box. Hi there. Hold on, let me just get this up. Luster, I would say to play the bare minimum of Luster, yeah, it can be brain dead, but once again, when it comes to like really enhancing your damage, you do need to be aware of the combos. Because that's the big thing I learned about with Luster. I will always bring that up because it is the combos that make Luster really strong and unique. Like, cause when I did it, like I could do the bare minimum with it and do well. But if I really want to capitalize on damage, like I really need to know my stuff. The best way to test that out, Global doesn't have it yet, but over in the Japanese PSO2, best way to figure out if you can do a good chunk of damage consistently is to fight against Saddam. Saddam is a fucking sponge, and I hate that motherfucker in the Ultimate Quest. But he's a good way to figure out, hey, look, if you can't beat Death 1, that means you're not doing as much damage. With Luster, it's kind of in that boat where it's like, I really need to practice on that to do it. Like, you can also do, specialize in a certain style as well. Because Baron's like the easiest one, I would say. FOMO, it takes a bit of practice because you want to do enhanced ones and then the right combos to actually get everything down smooth. And then there's Zandy, which I have no clue about. Yeah, because like, there's a whole different league if you know your shit, which is why some people can do so much. But even then, the bare minimum, you can pretty much cheese stuff. Like, once again, John, one of the guys that talk in the streams, and he's over on Japanese PSO2. He took a 1-star gun slash and went through Divides and did Extreme Quest. And he passed most of it until he fought against Masquerade. So, that's saying something about Luster. Most of the Scion classes are just strong. And it kind of overshadows a lot of the prior classes because, you know, it takes some work and effort for it. For example, a fighter with Limit Break, they can do so much damage, but you need to know your stuff with Limit Break or know your iframes, evasion, and all that. Then there's, Gunner, but if you really don't know how to chain and don't know how to do things properly, you're not going to do as much. It's always the fact that you have to spend some time with these classes to actually know your stuff. Like, the problem with some, well, like, for example, me. I learned so much meta stuff, so many different class combinations back in episode 3. By the time when they transitioned to episode 4 and when more things were being added, I just stopped, like, learning that hard into, like, things. Like, I know the general things, it's just that I'm not well versed in the mastery of a certain class. Like, I would say right now, I'm kind of familiar with a good chunk of Phantom, compared to that of a Twal or Hero. I hear things like, once again, like for Hero, for example, you want to utilize all the weapons, and you would want to make sure you have an all-rounder. Compared to that of, like, Luster, where you would want to emphasize on your R-Attack stat, because it uses R-Attack. There's a few exceptions, like the Gun Slash, where you can put S-Attack on there, but it's because of the perk that the little perk that the Luster skill tree has. So you really need to dive into knowing all these little things. It's like you trying to build a tank build on a glass cannon, like, for example, Phantom. Phantom doesn't really work well with HP and or defense stuff because it's not naturally built like that. Hunter can utilize that, but not the Phantom, because you can't really tank with such a thing, especially if the skills itself cannot complement that. The thing about the thing I'm looking forward to, and from what I've been hearing about NGS, is that, like, it's gonna be different, and like your subclass is like just a different class, so there's gonna be so many styles and so many customization to it, and I kind of like that. But at the same time, I'm kind of worried about some other things I've been hearing, like how you really had to be on point with your combat power and your gear and your levels. The one thing about PSO2 that makes it unique is that you can do stupid shit with, like, low levels and all that, or like the lowest of gears, and you can still pretty much say, hey, look, I got the skills to do these sort of things. But with what I've been hearing about NGS, it might be wrong. I personally have to go into it and see it for myself and get the feel for it myself. is that you really have to have the right levels and gear to actually do any sort of damage to these enemies, or do whatever content you're doing at the right level in gear. So that kind of takes away that, oh yeah, your gear doesn't matter thing. Then again, for global in particular, they really need to stress on like a bit of like working on gear and stuff, because in PSO2, a lot of excuses. I've been using, what is it? I've been using all three, but the only one, oh wait, hold up, let me just kill this thing. I've been working on all three, but the only one I have a fix is my FOMO GB. I can do, oh, Gunblade. I can do enhanced combos and quick shoot on Rock Bear, but soon as I'm fighting an actual mob, my brain cells shut off and I'll go back to mashing. Yeah, combat power is going to gate content. Derek's like, it's going to shaft new players. I mean, it's not going to be, well, I don't know. I feel like for the Japanese side, it's not going to be as bad, but I can't vouch the same for global because it has a different feel to it. Like, some people can adapt and become flexible. It's not everyone, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, that's kind of a thing. The big thing, hopefully they do better over there in NGS, is explain all these fundamental things. Like, how to go about doing all these things and guide them a bit better. Because if you play on PSO2, they don't really... What was it? They don't really explain a lot of the technical things of what you should do and what you shouldn't do, or like explain all these little hidden mechanics like XQs, photon spheres, and then how to actually augment and fix. There's no giant guide about it. It's like a short guide that says, hey, you want to do this, and that's it. It's like, okay, great. That is a bit challenging, and that has its own quirks, but not everyone likes to try to figure things out themselves. Some people will want guides, some people will want straight up answers. I mean, for a video game as well, most of the time it doesn't try to explain all these little nitty gritty things, and people learn from that, but yeah. PSO2 is in that boat where it didn't really do that. They can, yeah, I can see that. That can be used against them in terms of that, but I don't know. Hopefully they're not like that, but they, it depends on if they can point it out or if they can sense it, because, you know, it just takes some experience to understand like how players are sometimes. Like if you can tell, oh, this person is genuinely being new and they really need help, compared to that of, oh wait, this person's trying to use me because now they're doing all these things. Depends on the behavior, personality of that said individual, but it's ultimately up to that individual who is helping to figure out, oh, am I being used? But yeah, that I can see a bit of that. The only thing is, especially with how that sort of played in the past, because there was a time when people were leeching. Japanese, it was either Japanese PS2 or the players were a bit on point with that, because if they did see you leave a lot, especially if you kept on re-queuing emergency quests and whatnot, there's going to be something in place. I think there's a system where it's like, hey, look, you're spamming this a bit much, and then you won't be able to do this quest because you did it, you exit in and out so many times, like you're gonna get kicked off from that quest. So, like, when that happens, usually, like, something's gonna happen to that individual, but, this also kind of stems that, oh yeah, private runs are gonna become a thing now. I mean, it's always been a thing, it's just that this might push more an excuse to see a lot of that. I mean, it's already happening on the global side. I don't think it's gonna be that big of an issue on the Japanese side, but we shall see, especially if global players want to go over there to Japan and do a lot of things. However, they'll still bump into some hurdles, especially if they go into Japanese PSO2 and have to deal with something like the level caps, or I don't know, some other small little snippet. Derek's like, they just let you play. I try to help new guys. I'm leveling someone right now. gave them augments and S augments and told them to use the Atlas. Good enough. Like, yeah, like, you can give them, like, at least a good direction. If you're able to help a new player just figure out and point them in the right direction, they can slowly start to build themselves and know what to do. I helped several people on the Japanese side like that. I showed them what to do, and then after a while, they just did their own thing. They did bother me every now and then, but it was like we had our own agendas afterwards. It's just that I gave them a basic kit to survive, and they went off and did their own thing. I still like helping people, but it just depends on how it is perceived and what exactly happens, especially when some new players I helped, they started to bother me 24/7 saying like, hey look, we should quest together. Like, hey look, you should help me like go through normal quest runs and help me unlock all these things. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that because that's really annoying for me to be at high level going into low level stuff and trying to help you physically unlock all these things when you can do it at your own time and pace. Not only that, I'm going to be killing everything and I'll be doing a lot of the work and you are pretty much leeching off of me. Rio was like, wasn't a trigger on the official on the other night, and leader wouldn't start because there was someone with plus 20 attack stat affixes. That'll be even more prevalent if combat power is a used parameter of what content is doable. At the very least, it's a system in place that will automatically force you to be like, hey look, you don't have the right combat power, you can't get in, sort of thing. In my honest and humble opinion, they should have added expert matchmaking for the global side, or at least slowly start to have that in. But once again, global PS2s ran in a different way, don't know why, a lot of variables. What block am I in? That is a good question. I have no clue. I should be in block 45. It was like, granted it was TDP, so I don't... Oh yeah, TDP, like... It's a harder content, so you should be at least geared for basic ultra hard stuff. Like, best way to test myself personally is if I can do at least stage 1 through 5 for divide quests. There's like people called me crazy for giving them Precision Will 2. It depends, because over on the Japanese side, Precision Will 2 is a common drop for me. So if I were to give that away, it's not that bad. Some people might say otherwise because they barely, or they can't really get Precision Will 2 that easily. Also, that's just a better grade to Precision Will 2. If I'm right, that should boost your crit damage? Crit damage percent? And the other thing is, like, I'll make sure to help, like, a new player. Like, once again, some of the global players that are coming over to Japan, I'm giving him a good chunk of my time and attention and making sure that they level up properly. Then I am giving a few other things as well for their augments and affixes. Like, since Soul Catalyst dropped like candy over there in Japan, I gave a good chunk of Soul Catalysts to some of the Japanese, or the new players over there. So it doesn't really hurt me. Some people might say otherwise in your case, because, yeah, it's expensive. Maybe it might be expensive, or it's just rare for it to be a drop. Because I remember I was farming Extreme Quest and I didn't get any sort of Precision Will 2. I wanted it, but nope. S3 damage 5%. Yeah, that's a huge and useful SSA. Medina says, how many characters do you have? For global, I have 4 characters, 1 on each ship. I might make another one before maintenance kick in for a very specific reason. Other than that, I'm not making any more. Over on the Japanese PSO2, I have 22 characters. And they're all, well, I wouldn't say they're all geared because they share the same stuff, but most of them are capped. All of them have a level 100 in whatever class combo that I had originally for them. or their successor classes are at 100. So yeah, that was a pain in the butt for me to do, but I did it. Because once again, I kind of cherish and like my characters. Heals. Is someone really asking for heals? You have mates. You do it yourself. Don't rely on someone to do it. Wait, why am I all by myself in this section? Jeez. Oh yeah, I forgot Cammy is like that sexy teacher. Oh god. Please. I don't know. That sounds so fake. I don't like it when like voices sound fake like that. It's like it also sounds like they're reading off of a script too. It's like make it natural sounding. Like don't get me wrong, like I'm listening to these dubs to see how it is, but at the same time it's like, come on, please put a little bit more care into it. Cammy, what you doing? Trying to do some stuff and you be coming towards me like that. I can't take my eyes off if you decide to approach me like that, Cammy. I might as well do it in the same block. What block am I even in? 45? Oh, huh. Eleanor. Keeping these so I can feed that into my mag. It takes a while. Should use the photon spheres, but actually I should use those 10 stars to turn it into photon spheres, which then I can get those devices, which then I can feed my mag. Right. Yeah, I should do that. My voices have been Japanese since logging in. Yeah, I mean, that was the what is it, default one for the Japanese side, but yeah, I wanted to hear what the global had to offer and listen to it. I wish they would give us some voice tickets that aren't Kami. Yeah, I'm just like sitting here with a question mark to why. Because I feel like it's an excuse of theirs for not actually doing some stuff. There might be more logistics behind it. They could bring up copyright, but regardless, it's like you got some voices. You could use some of the voice lines from the game and put it into a voice ticket. You already got the right for that, so what's the actual problem? And like if they're gonna make an excuse saying, oh yeah, like, you know, it takes a lot to do that, then it's like, look at the Japanese people, PSO2 adding like so many different other voice lines and stuff from all these different other characters. What the heck? Is that person just running around not shooting and doing anything? So you ask for heals, but you're running around like that, and you decide to use an emote. Okay. Is that the right person that says the right thing too? Okay, now they're doing some stuff. The thing is, I don't like leechers. Like, contribute. I don't care if you have to do 1 damage. I'm okay with you, like, doing something. Just don't, like, run around like dummy and not do anything. Like, if someone's high level still carrying... Oh, fuck, that bomb hurts. That bomb hurts. Yeah, Japan has so many voices. It's dumb. They got like famous voices from, I don't know. There's like a lot from Fate, for example. They already had 2B voice actor in there, but I don't remember their actual name. Like, jeez, there's so many. So many. Like, to try to remember all of them is a pain. Other than the licensing BS, maybe I'm still confused. So if it is they said certain lines though in the thing, and it's like you could use those because that's in the game, and technically you have the right to use their voice because that is their certain thing. It's like you don't need to get everyone, but like how about the ones that voice the main characters, for example? I don't know. Maybe I need to go back into looking into like actual copyright stuff and licensing in terms of voice and gaming. But it's like you could add a couple of them. It's not that hard. Should it be that bad? Just a tiny bit. I hate leechers. Oh. Like I remember seeing, I remember seeing a fair amount of that over on the Japanese side where people did leech, and they got called out for it, and some of them got reported and banned. But yeah, so it's like I switch between the Japanese and English voice actors when I get bored. There's like mine's always English, but kind of want to hear her Risa. The Risa one for English and Japan, like in terms of the pitch and how it is delivered, I feel like they're alright. Like some of the characters are close to each other, especially with the dub and the sub. Hey there, Tense. My favorite is one of the male Fate ones. I forgot the name. Gilgamesh? No. I mean, there's a lot of the Fate characters over there with their voice actors. Wait, what the hell did I pick up that is taking up a lot of my space? Oh, whatever. Going down. I apparently have 2 of the Fate characters' voice actors. Or what is it? I got Mash's characters, or Mash's voice actor. Then the other one is, I forgot who the other one was. It's like right. Hey Marv, you know that annoying song called Whippin'? Yeah, the Nene, the Whippin' Nene. Yeah. What about that song? I'm very familiar with it because popular demand, like for me to dance to that. It's like, hello.
Wait, they actually requested you to do that song?
Sometimes, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I could do it. Just fuck around with it. Hey there, Tense, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just got off of some raiding from another game. And let me tell you this. In any raid, in any MMO, there's always going to be something going wrong in a boss or a checkpoint or whatever. And I was like, guy who prepared.
I know. Sometimes when I lead stuff, I make sure everyone is on the same page if we're serious. But that's just me, like, in my leadership.
You're a good leader, I can say for sure. I'm excited for next week.
It's gonna be crazy for global. They're getting the limited quest. Arc Towers might reveal the urgent quest, the one with the Burning Ranger one. What else? They might show some additional things. But yeah, and then also the 20% boost. That's the big one.
Even though 20% doesn't seem that a lot, it actually benefits a lot.
No, it's good. It's good, period. Because that's the highest ever. And not only that, that's like, do 20% with a 30%, you got 50% plus right there. So it's like, good.
20% is the highest?
20%
like
the highest ever in game as a passive natural add-on boost. So like the highest you can get as a booster should be 60%. So if you have one of those plus a 20%, you already got like an 80% right there, and that can tackle a good chunk of any sort of upslot penalty. But that is super rare to get a 60%. So like a 30% with a 20% just by itself is like 50% right there, and that is godlike.
That's insane.
It might be a possibility. They did, when it was talking about how Global is able to increase their boost, like, what is it, it's that one quest that you do, you spam a bunch of it, and then you get like a boost for several other different quests. They showed a Burning Ranger in the list. So there's a chance that you guys will be getting that, especially if it's now trying to kind of follow what Japan does. But I don't know in terms of what else you are getting in terms of the rewards and the anniversary event, because the big thing that's happening on the Japanese side is that they revived Zai, but not only that, they released the 2021 stuff, 2021 weapon badge shop, and then they also released a lot of the previous free stuff or anniversary stuff that had happened throughout the 8 years. So I don't know what Global is gonna do exactly other than what they already promoted on their website, which is why Arc Hours might go more into details about what's gonna kick in. But I got a feeling they will release something of the Burning Rangers. It's just that I don't know when. Especially if they kind of hinted that in their boosts. Like, you do this quest, you spam this limited quest, it boosts these certain quests. And Burning Rangers, or whatever the English equivalent is, was on that list.
I feel like I remember the Burning.
It's... what, a song? It's from way back then. I think it's like fantasy. It's like one of the Fantasy Star games. It could be from Universe or One.
I remember now. I remember a song called Burning Rangers from a Pokemon Gale of Darkness game. Because that made that video a long time ago. His sound got corrupted. So he put on Burning Rangers. He did it like a 9 boss revault and the rest of his Pokemon. Damn, I remember. Wow. I don't know if that dude was like purposely not evolving just so he could have a challenge, or he forgot.
The graphic update, I don't know when that's gonna kick in.
I say about late, early May-ish is like the best time to do it.
Would suck if we got that EQ and now graphic update. Maybe it'll be old school Burning Rangers and not the new one. The thing is, well, I don't know what the in reference to what the Japanese PSO2 did back in 2013 or whenever it popped up. It's not gonna be it's gonna be updated obviously, but it's not gonna be like the exact same thing, because you get these TMGs, like these water TMGs, which you can use to put out the fire, but with this new version, it's not, you don't really need to use those TMGs, unlike the past one where you did have to use them to put out the fires. This one is like you can use your bare fist, you can use techniques, you can use a fire to put out a fire, you can use your weapons to beat down the fire, but yeah, it's not a mandatory thing to be like, oh yeah, we need to get the, what was it, TMGs, and use those TMGs, sadly. What? God damn it, Ken.
No. So, I'm trying to write down. I just been like my notes like fix. Sorry, I'm just writing down some notes right now as we're talking. Sure, I missed up. It's just that like the talk we had earlier, like a long time ago, like when you were helping me out with Maya fixing, how global and Japanese. Trying to make sure I have them.
You're kind of breaking in and out.
Oh, for the love of... Give me a second. I swear to God. Can you hear me correctly now?
Yep.
I swear, I'm literally like neck to nose in front of the phone, and it still does that. Can never under technology this.
So what were you saying?
I said I was writing down notes between global and Japanese names because, like you said before when we were talking about Maya fixing, that they need to like do something about it because some players are only into Japanese, some players only play the global, and sometimes people get mixed up with really like cause like a little ish vacation.
Oh, you mean how like Might is... How Power 5 is the thing over in Japan, but it's called Might 5 in global. It's... Yep. It is annoying, but...
Well, I'm getting better at it. I mean, I farmed Persona like a while.
Like, they kept some names original, like Persona Rev, Soul Catalyst. So, but yeah, that annoyed me, but... They should be fixing that, maybe. I don't know, we shall see.
Let's hope when New Genesis comes out, like from what I've been told, I know you don't want to like know everything out of the bag. Fine. I can say for sure that from what I've gathered and so far, the affixing and the leveling up your weapons, not 100% correct, just more stream.
Oh, I'm familiar with the thing because I looked into it and I was informed some other things too. But the thing is, it's only beginning stage, and if you think about it, they're just showcasing basic stuff. Because those are grade 3s, and if you look at the grade 3s in PSO2, Power 3, or Might 3, Stamina 3, all that jazz, it's still basic. Like, you can easily get that to 100. That's what they're doing over there with those particular abilities that are available on NGS. Now, there's only a couple abilities that don't hit 100, and Blue informed me a bit about that one, and it's like, okay, they might be doing something later down the line, but I'm gonna wait till more. That's all I can say.
I just think that right now, from what they've shown for, I think they're making a lot of good change. It's just that I don't mind it being streamed. I just hope it isn't like brain dead. I don't mind like the new system. Know it. I just hope it isn't like so brain dead that someone might find an exploit and it might lead to...
I mean, here's the thing, and this is why I would have been fine if they've just reset everything and didn't allow us to carry the gear or our augments and affixes to NGS. Because there will be some sort of exploit someone could capitalize on. Like, if you look at the fact that it's different percentages... No, like, if you look at NGS, it's a lot of percents now compared to that flat numbers. There's something that I want to test out over there. Because of certain abilities, I can actually give a lot of a certain percent of something. Now I didn't get to disclose what, because I want to experiment with that and test that out. And I'll talk about it when the time comes. But when you leave something in place in a technical sense, it's not going to be good. And I would have been fine, like even though I did X amount of spendings here and there, would have been fine if we had a reset, because that would make it better so we didn't have some of these certain exploits. Someone's gonna find something and it's gonna happen. And I'm a bit worried about the market as well for future senses, but you know, once again, too early to kind of go into like huge spiels and talks about it, because I need to see it. I need to see it happen. I need to see everything play out as it is. So that might be the case. It's like they did that so they can appeal to people, but at the same time it's like, with how Sega did things in the past too, I'm not a big fan of how they kind of influence certain things. Like, how I don't know, this some things are but anyways, yeah, stuff happened and it's like we shall see.
I get what you mean. Just that as long as Sega doesn't like do something that messes up for the free-to-play players, the bets coming back in, I'm all board with whatever they have. I mean, like vaulting out like Summoner, Bouncer, and Braver. Why they? I mean, like some of the classes that we see in Genesis have some resemblance to some of the side classes. So I think that the they made were very good. Just want to be skeptical of what's going to be, because from what I've been told, like what you do in normal Genesis classes is going to be.
You're cutting in and out again.
Are you serious? Oh, I swear. I apologize to everyone who's on the stream right now. This is not done on purpose. It's just that everything is fine on my end, but for some reason he keeps cutting off on his end. I don't even hear myself breaking out, but everyone else talking to me says they're hearing me breaking. Like, so I have to literally watch the stream and hear the chat at the same time to hear it. And that echo gives me a headache.
You might want to just, mute the stream audio then.
And I'll do it right now. Okay. Okay then. That's a little better now. And also, I feel very happy that I've learned a fixing from you, because thanks to the build that you helped me paint along with Didi, I was able to like do a lot better with my Luster class. I'm actually able to do like a lot of combos and tricks I never thought I would do.
And that's more on Day, since they were the one that made it. I forgot that receptors were a thing. It's so, like, with receptors in play, it's so easy to actually do some things. The only problem is you don't have the higher number slot receptors, but you don't really need them for basic stuff.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing something with my Etoile or my Phantom. I'm not sure which, because Etoile and Phantom have like 3 different weapon styles, and I don't really need either one weapon on all 3, so I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, that's like the old, looking at real comments, that's like the old Burning Ranger one, that way back then, the Japanese side. Yeah, that's gonna be a bit different over there in the new updated Burning Rangers. You don't need to use those TMGs. Like a pal of mine explained that too. I was like, oh, huh, that's a bit sad. But, eh.
Well, it could be worse. At least Sega is not like Sega is just gonna make it harder for free-to-play players, like removing or vaulting stuff from the base game, and then not put them into like easier places like the Battle Pass or something. That will be messed up.
The thing about free-to-play on PSO2, it's... For global, I can see a lot more perks to it. Japanese PSO2 free-to-play, that will vary. Actually, it's not going to be as bad, but it's just like... Especially in terms of getting a lot of money, that's the hard part. And that's the thing that I do not like with the fact that you have to scratch for my shop 3-day pass. It's like, yes, you might be able, you can farm a bunch of stuff and get a bunch of X cubes and then get it for fun, which then you get and try to pull for my shop 3-day pass. But the big problem I have is that it's RNG chance, and there have been people who spent like a good 2,000 X cubes and got a lot of fun points, and they never got a my shop 3-day pass. So it's like they should, like, the big thing I want them to do is not have that RNG for access to the market, because if you play any games, like, a lot of players can access the market and they can sell some stuff and get a bit of income through that. The problem with PSO2 is that you got 3 days, and then there's so many variables that will take place in that. It's like, oh, If you don't sell like all these items in 3 days, you pretty much need to go get another My Day 3-day pass. So it's like you got to be very careful on what you sell and how you sell it. Like everything else is like, yeah, you can do free to play. Like the fact that this game doesn't really stress like, oh yeah, here's a weapon you can buy with real cash and then you can easily cheese the game. No, it's more on a free to play approach where everyone tries to farm for it. And then Irvy says, where's our catalyst receptor? That's gonna be in the scratch. Hopefully you guys also get that Mark Stargem scratch as well. Because that's gonna be a thing. I really hate how like back then when I didn't have a premium, I had to rely on getting those My Day 3-day passes, and that no, My Shop 3-day passes, and that was RNG. Wasn't a big fan of that. Tense, are you trying to say something, or? What time is it? Shit. Oh, well, tense poof. Yeah, since we got onto the topic of that NGS stuff, I'm like, I'm not thinking about it too much. I'm trying to avoid saying some stuff because, like, once again, nothing's set in stone. Or maybe it is. I don't know. A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, nah, this is what set in stone, and this is what's gonna happen even after the beta testing and all the." I don't know. I'm just gonna play that game as it is. I'm gonna try to restrain a bit of. Well, I'm happy about it, but it's like I'm trying not to overreact to it. It's hard to like go up against the bandwagon. Yeah, pretty much. Like, all I'm doing is just saying stuff out of my ass, most likely, when it comes to anything about NGS, because, I mean, there's some stuff that's already established, but it's still in works, in development. Discord, off my audio, have to restart. Okay, it's all good. Gotta be doing some things in a bit. It's like I'm bipolar with fucking NGS. I don't know. The fact that it's hyped, I mean, I get it. It's a new game. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, there's a lot of things I've been hearing and kind of bugs me, like, especially the comparison of, like, oh yeah, this is what PSO2 should have been. It's like, PSO2 was its own thing for 8 years, and then they decided to do NGS. Well, yeah, I am on chip 4. What else? Everything, it's okay. Everything right now should be taken with a... Yeah, like, especially with my time with PSO2, I really want them to do so much good things, but at the same time, there's so many it's a obvious like pros and cons sort of dealio. It's like, oh yeah, you got this new thing, but you know, this is a new thing, and how many people are willing for that change? I mean, most of the people on the Japanese side are waiting for it. It's just that, you know, there's gonna be mixed sort of reactions. I don't feel like a lot of people are that hype about it. I don't know. This kind of goes into that talk that I had with RC where it was like that advertisement dealio. I don't know how big it is in the overall scale of things, because if you talk to a lot of gamers, they would immediately recognize like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, big names. But it's like, how about, you know, PSO2? And I feel like it might have been a bit advertised better over there in Japan, but even then, I'm not aware of that. So it's hard to kind of not get swept in the bandwagon, because it's, you know, just saying some stuff is an influence. Just putting it out there is an influence, and if you hear it, it becomes an influence. It's like trying to stay away from fucking temptation of like, oh look, there's ice cream over there. It's hot and all that. You want to eat it. NGS is kind of like that. I don't feel like I don't feel like it should deserve this giant hype. Like, I feel like there's excitement for it, don't get me wrong, but the hype, like, it is a bit too high up there, especially on the global side. I feel like that's gonna have its pros and cons with that. It's like, try to contain that, because, you know, there might be some hiccups here and there. I wouldn't say it's a perfect game, but I don't know. It has to. I have to try it. But at the same time, it's like, I want to do it on my own terms, and when I can use my own characters to do it too. Because I would feel bad if I didn't use these characters, or my Japanese characters, to actually play the NGS stuff. I really want to see them in their glory. Like, RC kind of low-key said, like, you know, he loved the character that he made in NGS, but, you know, that was only for the beta. And from what I keep on hearing too, it's like all the stuff related to NGS is gonna look so much better in NGS compared to that of using NGS stuff in PSO2. Although I would have to say the outfits are really nice and defined. Yeah, it could be that people are just hungry for a new MMO, but even then, it's like, you don't want to overhype it, because it does the same thing like how Cyberpunk was, and how what was it? No Man's Sky was. Like, his just kind of repeating itself. But at the same time, I feel like it's not on a large scale due to advertisement, but then, I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, that's why I'm not a big fan of, like, they're treating it with a lot of hype from Cyberpunk. But it's like, is it really on that huge emphasis though? I feel like, especially on the Japanese side, it's a bit tame. Now, the big problem with me saying this shit is I'm not Japanese, and I'm just saying stuff out of my butt. I feel like there's definitely excitement, but it's not overhyped like how it was with No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk. On the global side, the Westerner side, it's like that's amplified so much. But if I had to take a good chunk of my pals, like the ones over in my private Discord that Scar and I are in, not a lot of them are like, you know, always talking about NGS stuff, or like super, like, they're excited about it, but they're not like so thrilled hype about it like how they were with some other games. Like, the Genshin hype was real, like, holy shit. Trying to fight against that was hard for me. Like, the only reason why I started to play it was because I was lonely. My pals were all playing on Genshin, and it was like, shit, I might as well pick it up. Oh, fuck. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Like, the best way to get attention is to do something funny out of it, or like do something ridiculous with, and you can see that pattern in social media nowadays, in the news, where they do something outlandish, but hey look, it garnered a lot of attention. Is it on purpose? I don't know. It's like the one thing that kind of tilted me was when they were talking about how to avoid TDP's laser. It was funny for sure, but then some people might take it serious and actually get an Atlas or an Iron Will to survive TDP's laser, when common sense is avoid the laser in the first place. You don't want to charge into that. Or you see something like as a laser, you don't want to go into that. It's like, why make a joke about something that shouldn't be used as much? Now, granted that I'm going to be showcasing something and it's going to make me a bit of a hypocrite, but everyone's a hypocrite in a sense. They say one thing, then it goes on the other way and all that. We're not perfect human beings. I mean, fuck. What was it? Elden Ring is like something that got me all in my... Well, it was it. Elden Ring is something that just like caught my most attention right now, and it's kind of wowing me because it's not a lot of footage about it, and so many people are kind of hyped about that game because it's like, what is this game about? Like, holy shit, what, this is in development? This is like something Dark Souls like? Holy shit. But granted that it had a huge backing, and people, a good chunk of people, are familiar with something of the Dark Souls, or whatever the other one was, Bloodborne and all that. It's like, it already established a front, but the problem with, once again, PSO2 is that how many people really know about PSO2? Like, on the global scale, or on a wide world perspective as well, how many people know about it? It's like, I knew about PSO2 because I started playing the portable Phantasy Star, but that's me kind of just getting introduced into that genre and the series and the franchise. But I didn't really play any of the OG stuff, and I hear a lot of stories from a lot of people saying, oh god, Universe was so good, or PSO1 was good, or like it was so grindy and stuff. And I'm kind of jealous because I wasn't in that exact moment to experience the Phantasy Star stuff, and I want to be in that moment sometimes, but it's like, it's a missed opportunity just because, you know, you didn't have a good PC, or like you just weren't aware of it, you didn't know what it was, you didn't know about this franchise. I would have loved to get into Phantasy Star, but it's not gonna feel the same. Like, I could most likely get into like the single player stuff, but like, here's the thing, time. I'm an adult now, I don't have that. I have to do other things. Like, I'm already doing some stuff like PSO2. There's other things I had to kind of do also on the sidelines as well, like do a bunch of commissions and other things. Like, this can be excuses, but at the same time, it's like, do I really want to backtrack when I could have done it in that moment when I was young? And the bad part about me too is like, if I I mean, once again, I'm being a bit of a hypocrite, but hey, look, once again, we're all humans. We all do things. Ah. Oh yeah, I'm also trying to make a team over there in the Japanese PSO2. I might make a video about that. I have no clue. There's a lot of projects that I have in terms of PSO2 still. Actually, I should swap these for photon spheres before I forget. Alright, let me... Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't have got in here. I'm at AFK for a bit. I gotta go check something. Alright, I am back. I'm trying to figure out what the heck I want to do now. Okay, so I was leveling a bit. I'm only at 68. It still takes me a while to even do stuff. I got weapons. I still need to complete the daily order. Excuse me. Suppress these things, do that. Do that. What the hell is it? Oh wait, no, that's instinctive. Guess I can go beat up this extra. Oh, this X-Dragon. Ah, my old teacher. Thank you, Zetsu. So what am I doing? So in terms of videos, I am going to be working on the PSO2 NGS stuff. Well, in terms of outfits and lobby actions, I'll be showing that in a bit. If augments enough fixes, there's still a couple things I can reveal. Then there's also the big project of mine. I might make a game music video or something of all that footage, but you'll see it. There's a lot of things I need to do, and a lot of things I need to get rid of in terms of like footage, because it's all eating up my memory space. I guess I could kill these dragons and then that's it. I can work on the other stuff on the other characters. Oh, yeah, hypocrisy, ha. Talking about that. Should I even... I could go into a change and talk about that, I guess. Hypocrisy is always a thing. One people would say something, then something. If you don't know what the term... Well, if you don't understand what that word means, it's pretty much... Someone gives some advice and then, like, they kind of go against it. So, if I were to say, like... Hey, you should save your money, and then I spend a lot of my money, that's being a hypocrite right there. Or hypocrisy. And what was it? I kind of have this sort of weird code of mine. It's not like a chivalrous code, but it's more of a skewed one. Like, I view myself as a black knight more than anything, because it's like, oh yeah, I'll do this, but then that's on my own accord, and I tend to be... Sometimes I tend to be a hypocrite. Do I do it on purpose? Nope. But, you know, as a human being, like, not everyone's perfect. But yeah, like, people are always like that. It's like, sometimes... And this is why I kind of don't like words a lot. And if you continue to beat a certain topic with words alone, it gets irritating to me. Because anyone can talk. Show it. Just show it. Showing it will prove everything. Like, yeah, if you show it, sometimes you can be a hypocrite at the same time. If you show it, it's better than just talking about it. Like, a lot of people like to say a bunch of advice and then they kind of go back on it, and if they really want to prove it, then you show it. It's like how... The reason why I'm okay with math and why I like math in a sense is because you can prove that you are right and there is a formula and a system in place. Like, sometimes you don't want a system in place, but, like, sometimes you do. What would be a good example? For example, if you're doing something like math, then yes, you would want a good chunk of formulas. You would want to understand how the system works, and then you would want to just have a good understanding of that. But then when you go into something of statistics, for example, there are some rules that are in place, but then there's a lot of gray area because you can actually get away with whatever you are trying to prove if you have the right data to back it up. But that's if you have that right data to back it up. Like, I took a good chunk of statistics. I had to do a couple of things here and there. Like, even though I was technically wrong in some of the things that I was trying to prove, in what I was trying to deliver, I was right in the terms of how I was correct, even though the thing was wrong. Because, like, you can get away with a lot of statistics, and every time someone brings up statistics, it's like, you really need to know your stuff when it comes to that, or else you get to be bought by lies sometimes. Because the big thing is, like, you can see a bunch of different numbers and stuff, but my question will be, how many surveys did you do, or how many test runs did you do, how many times did you do this? Did you do it like 30 times? Did you only do it 5 times? Who was your sample choice? And then not only that, is it relevant information? Did you actually do it right now? Was it a month ago? Was it 2 months ago? Was it a year ago? Usually if it's past that, it's not that relevant because, you know, things can change. The one thing global Kyotos took advantage of when editing, when adding stamina. Oh, it's this rare one. Actually, I want to hear his voice. Huh. That is so different from the Japanese one. Well, for obvious reasons, but still, damn. I don't know how I feel about hearing that female version of, or that rare version of X-Dragon. But yeah, it's like, it's always action. I want to see action, because that's how you prove things. You can always talk about something, but I want to see that action. No action equals you're not proving anything. It's just a roundabout circle and shit, but tossing words at each other sort of deal. And that's why it can go to the extreme and go into something like fucking war. Because, you know, yeah, no side is listening now. You take it to the extreme where it's like, oh yeah, now we're gonna wage war because we're conflicted with each other and we want something done. Now, it doesn't have to result in war, but it's just like, you know, actions is gonna... Someone's gonna take action. Something's gonna happen. Good and or bad. To the extreme or to, like, the minuscule solution of stuff. Did I increase my tier missions? A bit. I still need to get to 30. So I'm by myself now. No, I should be fine. I guess I could do this one, challenge myself in this. Shouldn't be as hard to do these orders. I think you also got the Barbados one too. Yeah, Barbados. Might as well do these global weeklies. Remember, Dad, we all gotta roll the dice for an initiative action. We either get a natural 1, decent roll, or a 20. It could be like that too. It's just that it's talking is talking and talking. I mean, like right now I'm talking. I know I'm being a hypocrite, but still, it's like my purpose is to entertain and show you guys that I am playing on the global PSO2 and I will play with you people or just do certain content in PSO2. So it's a mix of both. But especially if we go into topic of NGS, it gets to the point where it's like, oh yeah, I definitely need to play this now. But at the same time, it's like, wait a second. I don't want to go into that bandwagon hype because I gotta contain myself with that. Because, like, if you let the emotions, and this is now going to another topic, like, emotions can get the best of you, and if you let that happen, then you're not going to think clearly, and that's kind of what happened when, looking back at one of my previous streams, especially when the graphical update kicked in, I kind of over-exaggerated that. Like, I wasn't really 100% impressed by, well, some of my characters did look really fucking sexy with the graphical updates, but at the same time, it was not everyone. Like, my main characters, one, their skin tones got changed, which kind of bothered me. But the second one was, not every one of my characters had, you know, a huge improvement with the graphical update. I can say that the what is it? My Dragon Girl Avalon. She definitely got a huge upgrade, and it made her look really sexy. But other than that, most of my characters seemed a bit tame, and they were the same. Now, what caught me off guard is pretty much the NGS outfits, especially the really good ones, like the ones we got recently on the Japanese side, the maid outfit, and the ones, the other female outfits, or a good chunk of the female outfits. They were nice looking, and holy shit, they really defined the body. Like, I should have reacted to that compared to the graphical update. Don't get me wrong, graphical update is fine. It definitely improved on the lower end of the specs that we were used to in PSO2, but it's like, I kind of got overhyped with that, and I need to be careful with that because, you know, that can skew your judgment, and it may not be genuine and stuff. Maybe it doesn't have to be, but that's just my way of thinking and what I want to do. Yeah, I brought that up earlier, Abby. Like, Elden Ring, that one, I feel like it's a low-key underdog, because especially with how they kind of released a bit, like they released a trailer on it, it didn't really show much, but now there's leaked gameplay footage and people are going nuts about that. So that one, like, I feel like that one deserves the hype, but then this kind of goes into question what made Elden Ring so badass like that. And if you had to compare about like the awareness of the games and the franchise itself, how many people are familiar with Phantasy Star versus that of Dark Souls, Bloodborne, or Synchro? I pronounced that wrong, I apologize, but there's like a huge gap in that, isn't there? Like, a lot of people will know a lot more of those common games and the brand names compared to that of maybe PSO or Phantasy Star. And it just boils down to that advertisement thing that RC pointed out. It's like, how many people actually know about Phantasy Star? Elden Ring won 2021's most hyped game in Games Award, actually. Really now? Yeah, I would shake my head at that. I can see it. Because once again, like, especially boiling down to those different factors, there's like so many people that, even though they don't play Dark Souls and whatnot, that hear about it. How many people just hear about Phantasy Star? Like, yeah, you could bring it up with your friends, but which one has the most notoriety and the notoriety and reputation? Like, something like that is gonna catch people's attention. Like, a lot of people, once again, in terms of MMOs, it's like, you hear Black Desert Online, you hear World of Warcraft, you hear, what is it, Final Fantasy 14, but how about PSO2? It was hard for me to even try to sell, like, what this game was back then when I was in my university back in 2014, 15, 16. Like, around that time, it was like, every time I showcased it, everyone thought it was like Final Fantasy 14, but then I corrected them saying it's Phantasy Star. Some, like, at least all the people I talked to, like 2 to 3% of the people I talked to knew about Phantasy Star. The other people were like, ah, okay. What is it? And the other thing too, looking back at it, you remember Sinister, right? Why Don't Pigs Fly? My old roommate back then, Abby. Like, they were kind of getting into it, but at the same time, they didn't get into it because there was a lot of limitations that didn't make the game what he thought it was. Like, it was Sci-Fi for sure. He really liked the lollies and the anime customization part, but he didn't really like the fact that it was restricted because it was an open world, and it was just weird on how to do various things, so he dropped it. Like, he had a lot more fun with Terra. They had the same sort of combat style, but it's more on his aspects, and this goes into genres and preference. You often hear like 30-year-old plus talk about Phantasy Star. I feel like it's a low-key franchise that a lot of oldies would be aware of. Like, once again, I'm not part of that because well, I'm like 26, so I guess I'm kind of up there. I don't know. It's like I never knew about it until I played the portable games, and then I looked into online MMO sort of style games, and then they talked about this game on my on a trailer that I saw, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll keep this in mind. And then I saw I could get it back in 2014 and I just grabbed it. And do I regret joining this game? Hell no. I'd be like, I miss good old Sinister still. May he game in peace wherever he is. Yeah, he was playing on Terra, but now he's obsessed with Genshin. So, it's all good. But yeah, that's the thing though. It's like, PSO2 is so wonky and weird. It's like one of those games I would like to promote, but you have to actually cater to that specific taste, I guess. Or, like, once again, like how PK brought up, it's like, some people are just old and they did play this franchise back then. Wait, did I dox myself? Wait, define dox. Oh, you mean giving my age? Please. It's not that hard to figure out. Well, I'll shut up before I start saying more stuff. But, yeah, no, I didn't dox myself. What do you mean? I mean, it's also dumb to do that because, you're gonna get into a lot of trouble. Like, how do I feel about that particular thing? Let me make sure I understand the definition of dox. Search and publish private or identifying information about a particular individual on the internet, typically with malicious intent. Do you really want to do that? That sounds very pitiful. That is, ugh, makes me want to spit at the ground or something, because that's dumb. Like, why do you want to do that? Like, I get it. You have grudges, you have hate. But how long can you hold on to that? I'll bring this story up. And pick on Abby a bit, and myself. Abby and I had, like, we were tight back then, and then there was something that happened, and then our relationship fell apart. Like, I didn't like Abby for the longest time. And then, look at him, he came back. And then, like, I could have just stayed hating him. I could have banned him from the Discord. I could have banned him from my YouTube channel, but in all honesty, like, looking back at it, it was stupid. Like, and, like, it's also on Abby's fault as well, but we're both at fault. So, it's like, why hold on to this hate? And one of my best gals, she really stressed this out to me, because she knew that I can hold grudges. I can hate pretty fucking strong, but it's like, she told me holding on to that and just lasting with it and just hating someone it's just gonna eat you in the inside, and it's not even healthy, it's not even good. And sometimes I'm a hypocrite with that. Like, I try to keep that promise, but it's so hard, especially with what happened to that individual. And I cannot forgive. Like, if there's something that I am 100% sure about that I cannot forgive, it's like certain things that I'm not going to go into a topic because I'm going to get all emotional with it. But, like, I know I'm not perfect, but it's like sometimes I give in to my hate. So, I would never do that, just because, especially for real life, it's like, why do I want to go the extra mile to do that sort of thing? Why do I want to be spiteful and, like, put it out there? And everyone is just struggling and fighting in their own world. It's like, I don't know what's Abby's doing right now, whatever shit he's dealing with. Like, a lot of you guys don't know what I do behind the scenes and stuff. So, it's like, what right do I have to just, you know, go and make their life even more miserable? And sometimes you don't want to do that because you get yourself in fucking trouble, especially if they have connections. But please, like, it's once again, it was pretty stupid on both our parts, but yeah. Yeah, there are weird ass people. I'm not gonna deny that, because some people will not care about that, and this is why humans are so unique, but at the same time, this is why we can't get peace, because everyone wants to be different. Everyone has their own thing. Everyone has their own perspective, and this can boil down to how, once again, the example is, if you think something is wrong, and you know it is wrong, and even if the entire world knows factually this and morally this is wrong, someone might have a twisted personality and mindset to the point where it's like, oh no, this is actually correct, this is right, and they will be stubborn to the core and will always think that they're right. And then if you go into argument, bash heads, and none of you give in or walk away, then it can escalate to the point where it's gonna get very serious, physical, all that shit as. So, like, it's not hard to understand humans, because if you see a bunch of patterns, if you personally deal with a bunch of things, you pick up on these various things, and as a security officer, like, you kind of get to see that a bit. And then you gotta also just be open-minded about it, because sometimes they do something because they are like, you know, you don't know the full story, but you need to kind of maybe assume a couple things, like list down a bunch of possible notes and stuff. It's like this one time where one of my pals, like, I kind of sympathize with him, especially in the past, because I wasn't even aware about his situation. One of my pals in real life back in high school, they had a rough time in high school because something big happened to them. Like, they lost their can't remember, I think it was their mom that they lost, and I don't know what happened to the dad, but it's like the mom was taking care of my friend, and then, you know, she passed away, and then now he becomes the owner of the house, and now he has to become an adult. He had to know how to, you know, take care of the rent, know all these things, and it kind of ruins that sort of innocence that he had since he was still in high school. I mean, granted that you're slowly growing up when you're in high school and you're learning a couple of things, but that was changed because of that, and he had to take it was just, you know, it changed for him. And then some people just didn't know what was going on, like his grades kind of fell off and people were curious to why, and he didn't really disclose it. One of my teachers actually figured out what was up with him, and they gave him, you know, they kind of played a bit of favoritism and kind of gave him a bit of sympathies and eased on, like, you know, the burdens of trying to study or doing some, well, you still want to study and stuff, but it wasn't that harsh compared to what he usually does and jokes around with. And he also toned down on the jokes as well, especially in his case. Like, people don't know what happens behind the scene with some other people. Like, yes, words, people can say anything, they can criticize, they can say, oh yeah, this person is, you know, shit because of this and this, or like, oh yeah, this person isn't that good because of this and this. I know that people might talk about me behind my back, but it's like, these are just words, it's not gonna hurt me as much. But it's like, people have lives, and why would you want to dox them for that crap? It's pitiful in my case, in any case. And once again, it's like, you don't know what sort of connections they have, and if you really go down that sort of path, you're gonna end up in the world of hurt, maybe, depending on what they can do in retaliation. Like, don't pick a fucking war, don't pick up a fucking fight. If you get to start something, you gotta make sure that you can get up on top. But if you can't secure all that, then you're wasting time. Not only that, you're wasting, you know, a bunch of resources, and then, you know, you get to dig a hole for yourself to the point where it's gonna be like deep in, and you can't get the fuck out. So, but then again, this is all just my opinions. Everyone has their own different opinions, perspectives. They can agree, they can disagree. Saying right and wrong as well, like, obviously there is some things that are right, like how you look at math. There's a right way to do certain things, like using this formula for this certain equation and all that. But when you talk about real life in some situations, different perspectives and arguments, and then it's like, is this really right, or is this wrong, or is this really wrong, and is this really right? This is why it's so complicated to just like do some jobs as well, especially in the security field. The big thing that I had to tackle with that always annoyed me was the fact that it was a gray area. I like black and white sometimes, especially when it comes to dishing out punishment and, you know, being stern with the certain rules that are in place. Like, if I break it myself, then so be it. But like, in terms of security, it's like sometimes you had to give some leeway. You had to make the call, you had to make the shot. I had so many gray areas, and I kind of, you know, I kind of, what is it? I made some leeway with some people that really didn't know some things, and it was like, I kind of feel bad about that, but that's a weakness of being a human. You have emotions, and you kind of sympathize sometimes. Like, you can be heartless, but at the same time, it is good to know how to be sympathetic as well, empathetic. And as a security guard, like, there were some incidents where people had to come in with like certain things, and sometimes the rule book says like they can't have it because of this and this, but I sometimes allow it to go on through, and I give them a warning like, hey, look, next time I'm not gonna be that guy. I might not be up here to stop you and warn you not to do this. Make sure that this doesn't happen again. I'll let you off with a warning. But like sometimes that is risky in itself, because you know what happens if they become a threat, and what happens if they started to make a scene in the area that you let in. Like in my case, it was like the amusement park. Like if I let this individual in, can they behave themselves and not do it? There's like so many stories I could talk about with security. It's it's something. Like if you, I hope you guys aren't giving any like security officers, police officers, like emergency response guys, first responders, individuals like any hard time, because they really had to deal with a bunch of crap, and it's like they don't want to do it, but they're doing it because they signed up for it and they wanted to selflessly help people in their community. Like the reason why I went to the amusement park that was in my area, so I can purposely get that experience and help the community. And like I learned a lot as a security officer, and this is why I kind of want to go into the military after doing security. It's like I could do a lot more if I actually go into the military. I can, you know, have a clear line and distinction. I can do so many things. I can have more stories like these. And also my coworkers kind of persuaded me to it. But right now I'm kind of stuck because of the fucking National Archives and it just being locked because of COVID. I mean, it's not entirely locked, but it's like they're not processing any paperwork and requests, and I'm on the wait list now for it, but that might take a while, some time. But yeah. Man. This is why I like to play video games and just escape the world sometimes, because I don't really want to think about this, but sometimes it just comes back to bite me still, because you can see that in video games, especially in an MMORPG game. If it was a video game where it's like single player, you don't need to deal with people, that's great. And I have a love and hate relationship with society and people, I guess, because yeah, dealing with people is so... You get your ups and downs, there's some complications with it, like, oh look, there's an event going on. But there's so many ups and downs with it. Like, I met so many good people. I met so many people that helped me out. I met some people that, you know, have sources. I met people who inspired me, people who pushed me and all that. But then there's like some people I didn't really want to fucking deal with because they were idiots, or, you know, some of the stuff that I've been hearing left and right. And it's like, do I really want to deal with that? Now it sounds like an excuse, and I'm not gonna lie. It is, in a sense, but this is why I don't try to get too deep into certain things. Like, I'm fine with my community, like what we are slowly building up to. But in terms of joining some other circles, it's like I try to be careful with that, because do I really want to be invested in it? Because I can get tied up in my emotions, and then if something escalates and happens, then I get to get emotionally invested in that, and then if I lose my emotions, then I'm just gonna be blinded and not have the right judgment and all that. Man, maybe I should be a robot, or maybe I should be a rappy. I don't know. Maybe a VTuber sounds nice. No, VTubers have some problems too. Goddamn. Now I'm just serious, contemplating on shit. Oh, welcome back. That was quick. Man, why do my streams always go into philosophy talking? I should just retire. Maybe I should stop streaming. Cammy's like, the story and experience you collect along the way, they will definitely benefit you and around you to learn and maybe take some benefits from it, or even inspiration. True. Like, I can't deny that. Like, if I didn't have human interactions, I wouldn't have changed. Like, big thing, for example, if I didn't talk in PSO2, didn't talk to the B6ers back then, I wouldn't have changed. Like, I wouldn't have done what I'm doing now, streaming, doing YouTube stuff, or at least helping people in a video game. But it's... yeah, this is a double-edged sword. Once again, pros and cons to every little thing. And like, you might once again do something for someone else, and they will forever remember you in that. like how I danced every day in front of my university. Apparently people remembered me. And they were inspired by my presence and what I was doing, and they went out and did their own thing. They pushed and got good grades and went to core classes because they see me out there every day. Well, I'm glad I also help those who are willing to listen and those who are taking some of these lessons and using them. Like, it doesn't matter if you like me or whatnot, take whatever I give and use that to your advantage. Good and or bad. That's the thing about, like, what was it? Star Wars The Old Republic and... Star Wars The Old Republic 2. That game has, like, a very important mentor and teacher, which is Kreia. Kreia was on the Jedi. She was a Jedi and she was a Sith. But all in all, she taught a lot of lessons about paying attention to your actions, because everything has some sort of reaction to it. There's good and bad. And then there's also, what was it? There's also, what was it? Manipulating people. And, like, yeah, that sounds really bad, but hey, look, there's a lot of perks to it. Like, if you're able to manipulate certain people, especially into, like, let's say, in Star Wars The Old Republic, there's this particular part where this husband is trying to find their wife, but they can't get into a certain area because it's locked down. And he's desperate. He really wants to find his wife. He's low on creds, he's low on resources, he can't travel anywhere. He really wants to see if she's in the area before he becomes broke and whatnot. So, like, you got a couple options. You can help him or you can ignore it. And if you go on the light side as a Jedi and you're selfless, you can go and help them. But then Kreia will scold you saying, like, why did you do this? Because, like, if you do this, what is it? You're tampering around with their, what is it? You're tampering around with them doing it themselves. Like, you're denying them that push. Did I accept or deny your thing? It says I'm friends with you now. Okay, now you're on. But it's like you're denying them the initiative. You're denying them the willpower and the actual courage to step up and do it themselves. And she does. And Kreia says she doesn't like that. She doesn't want you to tamper with such pushes. And that's what I feel like in some case. Like, I don't want to force you guys to do it. You guys should do it because of this, and this. But like, the thing is, I mean, this is a bit hypocritical in a sense. And I don't know where I was going with this. But pretty much, like, that's one of Kreia's lessons, where it's like, don't tamper around with, like, don't give them the 100% helping hand. Give them a push. Or don't help them at all so they themselves can do it. Another thing about manipulation is, like, this one's more on the Eva aspect. Like, you want to manipulate people so you can get things done. And you can, like, you barely need to do anything and you can get things done. And, I mean, this can be seen in a lot of things in real life. But, like, in that video game, for example, Kreia pretty much applauds you if you kind of manipulate people to kind of do stuff. There's a particular scene in that where this guy is sick and you could heal him, and that's a quote-unquote good side. But then there's an option where you can suggest, hey, look, you might want to off yourself, you want to kill yourself so you don't need to spread this disease and stuff. And if you're able to persuade him, then that happens. I blame Sega. But anyways, like, that's what happened. And then what else? Oh, hey there, Tense.
Hey, sorry about that, Morph. I just had to, like, update my Discord, and I had to, like, restart everything to make sure that it wasn't bugging out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's all good. Although I hear an echo of myself.
Yeah, it was just a Discord thing. I just had to, like, update the thing.
Gotcha.
I don't even update apps so much anymore.
What was I about to say? Oh yeah, story time about that video game. So,
what game were you guys talking about?
Star Wars: The Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic 2.
When was that game?
way back then. It's old.
I only know Star Wars through the first 6 movies. I've only watched the 7th.
Yeah. Oh, go on.
Episode 8, I haven't even watched it because I was told how bad it.
Oh gosh.
They showed me when they showed me like a certain and such, and who did it, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But when I got to watch episode 9, not that bad. Not the greatest, but it wasn't that bad.
I'll have to watch that. I still haven't watched it. I don't know what to say about some of those, but yeah, it's like Star Wars can teach a lot of good lessons. I mean, it can be seen in a lot of medias like Lord of the Rings and other things, but like Star Wars, that one is like one of my low-key guilty sort of pleasure to kind of get into and look at the lore and understand a lot of things. And like some of the off series that weren't like the movies, like the cartoon, the 2003 cartoon Clone Wars one was wow, and it delivered a lot of things, like making General Grievous a badass compared to that of the animation or even Revenge of the Sith.
Are you talking about the 2003 one?
Yeah, with the one that was directed, or the guy that made like Samurai Jack, and he did the animation for that Clone Wars. Yeah, that one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I like that series.
That General Grievous was so badass. Like, it would have been.
They did him justice in that series, and then after that, when the Clone Wars series came out,
yeah, he became a joke, and it's sad because like I felt like. Don't get me wrong, the Clone Wars animation actually did so many other good things, but in terms of General Grievous, it was like wasn't that great. It didn't make him the badass that he was, and if you look at a lot of the comics and other sources for General Grievous, he did so many things. But yeah, it's like all these other things that aren't related to the movie. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the movie stuff was good, but in terms of like some of the stuff that wasn't related to the movies, like the comics, the video games, that 2003 animation, like they really did a number of things. And with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 was definitely a banger, along with 2. But 2, it had a very unique teacher that I didn't really thought about until I saw a certain YouTube video, and it goes into philosophies and thoughts and other things. And what I kind of talked about was how like this teacher kind of explained how you would want to manipulate people. Now, that can be good and or bad, but in the sense of that video game and in Star Wars, like pretty much she applauds the players if they do use the certain methods so they can get what they want without doing as much effort. The big example of this is like in Nar Shaddaa, the Hut place, notorious crime planet with a bunch of bounty hunters and all that. There's like this refugee camp. Now, the refugees are trying to fight against the higher ups, the overseers, so you know they don't give in and give into slavery and some other deep things. However, as a player, you got a choice to help them, go on the light side, help the refugees, and let them, like, you know, stay alive and still continue to do good fight against the overseers. Or you can try to side with the overseers by doing a couple things to the refugees so they can cave in. And Kreia kind of applauds the latter, which is for you to manipulate the refugees, use their emotions against them, use something against them so they can cave in. And there's like 2 important ones. One of them is, once again, like what I brought up, an old man that got sick. Now, if you were on the light side, or if you were compassionate, you can help this guy, you can heal him. However, there's an option where you can suggest something which is pretty much him killing himself. So, if you use that, he might buy into it, and if he does, then he does kill himself. And then later on, there's this mother that... There's this mother that lost her daughter. They took her daughter because she didn't pay her debt to the syndicate, the overseers. So, like, she's asking, like, you could, like, can you help her by giving a bit of money, or you go and save the daughter? Now, you could do that, like, go on the light side of it, but then there's the manipulative side and the evil side where you could suggest, well, it's not You suggest it, and if she does do it, then it is kind of evil. You can suggest, hey, look, you might want to sell yourself as well, so you can stay with your daughter. So if you're successful in that attempt, she will go and sell herself so she can be with her daughter. So she sold herself into slavery. And then when you talk to the refugee head, it's pretty much like the guy caves in now. Because, you know, 2 refugees just died. Like, one of them just died, one of them got sold into slavery. He gets, you know, a bit emotional about that, and he just caves in because, you know, it's a losing battle. So he caves into the overseers and the syndicate, and guess what? Because of what you did, or what you kind of incited for them to do, these overseers and syndicates, like, they look at that player and say, like, hey, look, you did a good thing for us. Like, we're gonna help you find the person that you're looking for. And then the master, Kreia, she applauds that because she, like, you didn't do as much. You use people's emotions against them. You manipulated these people, so you didn't do anything and you got what you wanted without doing as much effort. So that can be used in real life. It's used in a number of things. Another lesson she talks about is just like not tampering with someone's push or someone's motivation to do something. There's a particular, like I brought up earlier, there's a particular scene where there's a husband trying to look for their wife, but they can't get into that area that got closed off because, you know, the overseers are putting a lockdown and all that, and if he tries to, he's gonna have to fight or something. So he's asking for your assistant as a player. So if you decide to go and help him and find a wife and reunite them, the teacher's gonna get mad. Like, Kreia's gonna get mad. And she would say, like, why did you do this? You stagnate. You stopped that husband from trying to go in there. You tampered around with his courage to actually do it. He wouldn't give a damn if we didn't help though. He would go and do it himself because that would drive him to do it. If he desperately wanted, if he really wanted to do it, like, he should have done it. But you tampered with that as the player in terms of you. So she teaches a good chunk of lessons that I didn't really think about when I was first playing it. When I was playing it, it's like I strictly stayed on the light or the dark. But what Kreia talks about is just a lot of things. And the big one that I remember out of her was every little thing you do can create a giant ripple effect. It could be large and or small, but it's going to create some sort of effect. There's a particular scene where there's this guy that's homeless and he begs for a bit of credits, money. And you got 2 choices. You either give him some money or you get angry and shoo him off. So if you decide to give this guy money, Kreia's gonna say, why did you do this? You know, like, being too generous like that might have its consequence. And within that speech and reasoning that she gives, it shows that same guy that you gave money to bumps into another beggar. This beggar gets mad because guess what? That person has money somehow. Then that beggar decides to attack the beggar that you helped out. And they steal those credits that you gave to that beggar. So just because of that little action that you did, even if it's a bit of charity, like, that can happen. Now, they say you have to be aware of it though. It's not like you can predict such things, but you do need to be aware that that could happen. So being a bit too generous might lead to some consequences. Now the flip side is if you were on the dark side and you just shoo him off and you were angry at this beggar for, you know, trying to ask for money, the teacher, Kreia, is gonna ask, like, why did you do that? There's no point to shout out this person. They did nothing wrong to you. You only just started some sort of effect, because that same beggar that in the last scenario that stole from him, like, that beggar runs away and then another beggar comes into the scene and tries to help him. Guess what? The beggar that you scared off gets mad, and that beggar attacks the one that's trying to help him, and then they steal off of that beggar. So it creates a lot of chain effects. It's like there's consequences to every sort of action, and thinking about it, that can be seen a lot in real life, because once the media starts saying something, people might buy into it and then, you know, spread that around. Small little things can create either a big and or small effect.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
That's truly.
Yeah, I didn't really, once again, pay attention to this teacher, and I just strictly stayed on the light and dark, but looking over that video and thinking heavily on it, now it's like, oh fuck. This is actually really good. This goes into a lot of morals in question. And yeah, Disney getting Star Wars is kind of a...
We do not talk about that. We already know how bad it is. Let's just... The trilogy is over. Let's just leave it be.
Yeah, but it's like some of these OG stuff is like, it teaches so much. Like how General Grievous was such a badass in the 2003. He took on like multiple Jedis, like a Jedi Master, and
Yeah,
like a couple...
2003 version was amazing.
And then Jedi Knights, and it's more of like a horror film with General Grievous, because he just annihilated that team. But anyways, that is it for this stream. I gotta go and do some stuff. Gotta go eat. I might stream again later, or I might just be chilling in the Discord chat and just playing. I'm gonna be playing on the Japanese PSO2 to help out some people level up there. But yeah, that is it for this stream. Thank you guys for coming. I'll see you guys in the next one. Tomorrow, I am gonna be streaming Ship 3 for the global side, and then after that, I'll be doing some other games. But yep, that is it. So thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.